I started with identity access management and I finished from the monitoring, the last one. Just so
Mm,
many,
mm,
it is like a overview kind of, top level overview kind of thing. So I'm not
mm.
covering, deep, all those things actually, just to make you familiar all those things, because you're already working on Azure cloud. That's why I'm not going to do
Yep,
basic details, right? So we
got it.
started from the IAM or back in the Google cloud and in the monitoring, right? We are going to
Yep.
get $300 free subscription from the Google cloud, and that lab we can use for our practice and to make sure that what we are understanding, and we are going to also doing offline, implementing those things within our projects. So we have multiple
Awesome.
projects we are going to create, and we are going to use our CI/CD pipelines and to use this.
So when
Uh,
you say
mhm,
CI/CD, this is something I'm just not familiar with. I'm not. I don't have enough information for about DevOps as a whole.
mhm,
Like these
mhm,
terms, I understand, but how do you relate these terms to? Because I'm a very traditional infrastructure person,
mhm,
and I'm slowly trying to get into all of this stuff, which is why I have some confusions. Like
mhm,
CI/CD, I understand it, continuous
mhm,
integration, continuous development, but how
mhm.
is this term actually related to the whole setup,
Yes. So
like
really nice
GCP as a whole?
questions. Yeah, because I was also from the infrastructure background 5 years back, so I can understand those things and I can make you clear on that part. Okay. So as we have traditional on-premise or virtualized data center, right, or HCI, hyper-converged infrastructure. So
Mhm.
in those things, in those environment, what we do, we use SCCM for patching of the servers,
Exactly.
provided
Yep.
Windows servers or Linux servers. We are going to use SCCM for deployment of the Windows updates and the Linux releases and all those things, right?
Yep. We use Alteris,
So
Symantec Alteris.
yeah, right. The semantic antivirus, the deployment and all those sort of things. Same thing is replaced by CI/CD pipeline tools in cloud. Getting my point? I'm giving you
Ah,
example how to relate that.
I see.
Okay.
I
So
see.
SCCM is also kind of CI/CD pipeline tool.
Okay.
Getting my
Okay.
point?
It's
Just simple,
supplementing or it's add,
yeah, implementing.
adding some service.
Yes, just to
Uh,
implement those things. But when we talk about SCCM, it's a very slow technology, right? You
mm,
need a lot of time to getting prepared your package, your deployment, and also deploying the update on Windows machines. It's like
mm,
boring kind of thing, right?
yeah.
But
Mm,
let's think about Chef.
mm,
Okay, we have
yep.
Puppet.
Puppet. Yep.
Puppet,
Ansible.
right? So Puppet
Mm,
is like same thing kind of SCCM. It's also part of CI/CD
I see.
pipeline tools or configuration management tool, right? So it you can use instead of SCCM Puppet in combination with your
I see.
Jenkins, your Ansible, and you can make your deployment 10 times, 20 times faster. Getting my point?
Got it.
So
So basically,
SCC,
what I'm understanding is CI/CD. Whatever you have on your screen on the right is the basic requirements for a cloud infrastructure. But
right.
CI/CD is all of those things that help in
Yes,
implementing things
those
that are
things.
necessary.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So, uh, you will get a more understanding. I've just
Yeah,
given
of course.
layman,
Yeah, I
yeah.
understand. Yeah.
So,
Huh?
uh, I want to emphasize on the things like as a developer, right? Suppose
Mm.
think of as a developer, any developer who is using who's using on Python, Java, or .NET or any other technologies, right? So as a
Hmm.
software developer, he's working on different programming languages, coding, and everything, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But nowadays, if you are Python developer, Python programmer, you are not going to successful in the market. Getting my point?
Mm.
You should
Mm.
know Java. You should know
Mm.
Python. You should also know .NET. Getting my point?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
multi technologies understanding you should have, multi programming knowledge you should have, and the term we called is full stack
Full
programmer.
stack. Yep.
Full
Yep.
stack. Okay, when we call it a full stack, that means that's a part of CI/CD pipeline tools, and the programmer is a full stack programmer, right?
Got it.
When we
Okay.
so you must be clear about the DevOps model, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So in the DevOps model, what happened? So your software developer, your tester, and your infrastructure. So the things what was done earlier by the programmer and tester, those deployments. Getting my point? Deployments means
Mm-hmm.
implementing few things, not coding, not programming. Programming will be still done by
Developer.
the developers. But to implement those things means creating repository for that, dumping those codes, right? Those programs and deploying it to different, creating different versions of that and deploying to the your within your Kubernetes clustering or in your VMware clustering or defining the networking, securing those things. Those things are part of infrastructure engineer, right?
Got it. Yep.
So, but infrastructure engineer, if you when we call as a system administrator or an infrastructure architect, they works separately in isolation mode, right? One is working
Yeah.
as an Active
100%.
Directory architect. One is working as
Yeah.
a system administration for Windows and Linux, storage
Mm.
admin, network administrator, security engineer. So here you have to be full stack cloud architect. That means
Mm.
you should know Azure Active Directory, system
Yeah.
administration, you should know storage administration, networking, firewall and security, and not that's not the last least monitoring as well. Getting my point?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On top of it, you have to do infrastructure as a code. Now, as an infrastructure cloud, Google Cloud infrastructure architect, you have to do some programming also, not that
Mm.
complicated programming like Java or .NET or
Mm.
kind of Python kind of, but yes, you have to do some infrastructure coding, same like
Mm.
PowerShell. Getting my point?
Yeah.
So we
Yep.
have many CI/CD pipeline tools like Terraform. So when we are going to deploy containers or clusters, we can use Terraform as a
Mm.
CI/CD pipeline tools, and we can do the programming through Terraform. And very simple, two-liner, four-liner, 10-liners programming we have to do, and it is very simple, same as like PowerShell. Getting my point?
Got it.
So
Yep.
we will be not as a programmer, but yes, we have
Mm.
to do some infrastructure as
Scripting.
a code, IAC,
Got it.
scripting. Yes, the right term, automation, scripting. We have to do as an infrastructure architect, full stack infrastructure architect in the Google Cloud. So that is the expectation will be in interview also, and also you should have understanding of the DevOps model also, like CI/CD
So
pipeline tools,
everything that
which
you mentioned
yeah.
is under DevOps. But when you say CI/CD pipeline tools, can you give me
Mhm.
exact examples? Like Terraform is one that is by Google.
Yeah, so
Uh,
Ansible,
Ansible. Okay. Ansible by Red
Jenkins,
Hat, right?
yeah, Puppet, Chef,
Got it. Got it.
and
So these are
in your
all
Azure cloud.
automation tools,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, and those are part of CI/CD pipeline tools.
Got it. So we're using these to not set up IAM or storage or networking or monitoring, but they're helping with other things. Is that correct? Or
No,
this
no,
is what they're helping?
like they are helping in those things also in defining the
Got
storage
it.
and compute and everything. Yeah. So
And the
let's
main
okay.
purpose is doing all of this,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, yes. So actually, these tools like Terraform. So Terraform is specifically for only infrastructure management. Getting my point?
Ah,
So
okay, okay, okay.
we use Terraform to manage the infrastructure, doing
Got it.
automation
Okay.
and doing deploying our complete Kubernetes clustering. So in a faster way by using Terraform. So, but
Hmm.
yes, that experience we should have. What tool we have to use when? What will be the use case? Because
Got it.
all the tools are not applicable for all these, all these infrastructures as a code programming or scripting. As an
Hmm.
architect or as a Google Cloud administrator or cloud engineer, you have to decide those things. Getting
Hmm.
my point?
Got it.
Yeah.
Understood. So
Hope I answered the
now that I
questions, right?
understand, if yeah, 100% you did. So with when
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at GCP in an advanced level, basically
Mm-hmm.
CI/CD pipeline tools is everything.
Right. Yes. Yes, correct. When you are acting as an architect in Google Cloud, so you should be as you should have understanding of all the DevOps tool, maximum DevOps tools, right?
Hmm.
So Few are third party. So see, many tools available in Google Cloud also, in Azure Cloud, in AWS, but those are specific to their clouds. Like Google
Yeah.
Cloud, they're using their automation tools, but those are specific to their clouds. But when we talk about Terraform, it's applicable for hybrid cloud environment. Means it is very much comfortable with Google Cloud as well as
Hmm.
as well as AWS as well. That's why Terraform is very famous and everyone is
So
using
what is
that. Getting my point?
okay? So what is Google's DevOps tool
So
specific to
this
Google?
so in Google they have like this they have their own like, so if you talk about Kubernetes clustering, right?
I see.
Even
I see.
they
Okay.
have association with Terraform also. They're using.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you. Let me log in you. Let me go into the console because I will tell you one or two. Then it will, you are going to get more in the console itself, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. But yes, mostly we use those, the famous product, famous CI/CD pipeline tools because it is you are like hands on those things. Even you can use Google Cloud CI/CD pipeline tools as well. So like see, the Cloud Run is there,
Got it.
right? So Cloud Run is for automation actually, for automation of
Uh,
your yeah, Cloud Run is there, and I will show you those things. Compliance. Yeah, cloud functions also. See, they started VMware engine as well to
oh,
make
VMware
comfortable
engine.
with
Okay.
VMware technologies. Yeah, recently. Earlier it
Got
was
it.
not there. They started within 2 or 3 months actually.
Uh,
And
Interesting.
okay, yeah, tools. See, so lot of tools actually. So like we have uh, Kubernetes. So Kubernetes is like part of Google Cloud only, right?
Yeah.
So in Google Cloud Kubernetes clustering, we have Docker, right? The
Yeah.
Docker concept we have. We are going to use Docker images. So Google has its own container registry. Just see this, the name,
Mm.
the container
Mm.
registry. So all to the so main tool is this. Cloud Build is the main tool for deployment, but
I see.
mostly we'll use Terraform actually to be very specific
Okay.
because Google Cloud this Cloud Build has limitation, right?
Mm.
And this is scheduler cloud task.
Got
This is
it.
for schedulings,
Mm.
scheduling the task and everything, right? And deployment manager is there. So you are not going to get very good tools from the Google Cloud itself. Getting my point?
Mm. Yeah.
So mostly we use third-party tools which are well known and lot of documentation and lot of depository available within the GitHub and GitLab and
Mm.
our Gates. Getting my point?
Yep.
Yeah. So Cloud Build is the main, you can say the CI/CD pipeline tools, and what else they have. Uh, so it was also very tough to remember because very little, very less names there popular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of
So
mention of APIs as well.
yeah. Okay. I will go to the APIs only. Yeah. APIs. Yeah.
There's a lot of mention of APIs, and I fail to understand
Yeah.
because I don't work a lot with APIs. I don't have a lot of exposure, but
Yeah.
this seems to be a
I will
big
give
thing in
you,
GCP.
I will give you example related with infrastructure only. Okay.
Mm.
So have you ever worked on ServiceNow?
Yeah, they in and out.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ServiceNow. So I'm going to explain you how the API, functionality works and how it is related with your ServiceNow. So ServiceNow
Got it.
is like CRM tool, right? The ticketing and
Yeah,
everything we are going to use.
ticketing,
Yeah,
incident change
ticketing.
management,
Right,
project
right, right.
management. Yep.
Complete ITL process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
in the API, so what recently we did, we integrated a Google Cloud environment with ServiceNow. What we did
Okay.
actually, we uses Google Cloud APIs integrated with ServiceNow APIs. So APIs kind of, you can say, gateways. APIs are
Mm.
nothing, those are gateways. And those are
Yep.
software gateways, and those provide the communication to connect. So if you have ServiceNow API connector, so API connector or gateway, that will be connecting to your Google Cloud connector, API connector.
Mm.
So if you want to integrate Google Cloud with your ServiceNow, because ServiceNow is especially for all the infrastructure things, right? And as an
Mm.
infrastructure architect, you are going to integrate. So you are going to use those APIs. And also, you will see most popular APIs will be available in this marketplace also. Let me show you. See the marketplace, right? Same like in your you have in Azure Cloud. Getting my point? So you can go there and you can
Yeah, I
see.
recently set up. Have you heard of Proofpoint? Company Proofpoint.
This is for what?
Proofpoint is an email security application.
Mm,
Email security.
Proof point.
So
Okay, okay.
yeah, Proofpoint, very
For
famous. You can do it
micro, mhm.
for
For Microsoft
Exchange
or
and Office
for
365.
Google G
No,
Suite
no. It's for
Exchange.
everything.
Okay.
It's for everything. But we,
Okay.
I last week I set up a API between Proofpoint, which is email security, like
Mm-hmm.
malware analysis and all
Mm-hmm.
of that spam analysis and detection and prevention.
Mm-hmm.
I integrated it with Office 365 last
Okay.
week, and that's where I
Mm-hmm.
use APIs. I use the API secret. I use the
Mm-hmm.
configuration process. It was very simple. But what I
Mm-hmm.
was confused about is all these people talking about APIs available. What does that mean? That's what I didn't understand.
Ah,
Is
yeah.
that
So
APIs are available for those different
products,
applications
those,
in the
yeah, those
marketplace?
products, those applications.
Uh,
Yes, correct.
got it.
So
Okay.
actually, a service now has to provide those their APIs. Okay, Google
Yeah,
Cloud will
it's a
provide their
key.
products APIs. Getting my
Mm.
point? So
Okay,
that
got it.
then
Okay,
integration will happen. Yeah, and that
got
is
it. Can you show
nothing.
me an
That is
example
in
like
back.
you were doing in marketplace?
Yeah, okay, sure.
And do you know if the API key or the secret is individual for every integration, or for GCP it will be the same?
It will be different for different different
Different.
CSPs. It will be different, of
Got it.
course.
Okay. Awesome.
So yeah, see why this is APIs are now popular nowadays, because this is like because see, environment is not only specific to Google Cloud, will be always for Google Cloud or Azure or AWS or on premise.
Hmm.
Things are changing rapidly, right? All the companies becoming as a hybrid cloud environment, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
suppose you want to connect with any services of Azure cloud, right? So you
Hmm.
are not going to
Hmm.
do the complete programming. So how APIs is saving time? It is saving time for your uh, doing your number of days
Software
development work,
connection.
programming. Getting my point?
Hmm.
So just
Yeah.
to make
What
it
What were you doing in
faster.
ServiceNow and GCP?
Yeah. So if you go, let's search for ServiceNow APIs.
Yeah, but sorry, but
Service.
what was your project about? ServiceNow and GCP.
So it's like we have like hybrid cloud environment, and that
Mm-hmm.
we were doing the POC for a specific one client for GCP, and they were using ServiceNow. So they asked us to do the POC if we can integrate the ServiceNow with Google Cloud. So for all their infrastructure, ITIL process management and all those things, it is get
Uh-huh.
automatic, ticketing, automatic creation of ticket and assignation of. That was a VDI project. You must heard about VDI, Citrix VDI, VMware
Yeah.
VDI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Azure
that is
VDI,
specific.
VMware.
Right, right.
Okay.
And they were looking for, they don't want any VMware Horizon administrator or Citrix administrator to do those things manually. They want that all those things should be automated, right? Suppose you
Oh,
joined the company,
really?
right? As on the first day, on your boarding day, on your onboarding
Mhm.
day, you get your VDI assigned without any manual work. Getting my point?
Oh,
So that
wow.
was like
Okay.
end-to-end automation where we were testing this service now and integrated with the Google Cloud, because they were using this their like this Citrix VDI hosted on as compute. They're using Google Cloud, right, in the back end, and
Hmm.
so in the front end they were using as a Citrix, Citrix Cloud.
Hmm. That's
Okay,
crazy because
so
we do it manually. We
if
use ServiceNow for ticketing, and then
yeah,
our help desk team does everything. Wow. Okay. That's
yeah.
very
So
smart.
lot of
Everything can be
yeah,
automated.
lot of features are available in ServiceNow, and I'm just giving one example of ServiceNow. There are many applications, many features, right? So you can integrate actually by using APIs. So you can
Interesting.
call it as like arrays of APIs only, right? Make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Any other questions? Because we
No,
have to
I'm.
wrap up.
This is
Yeah,
more.
please.
Yeah, this is more information than I was expecting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
very quickly and very just to be more wise about this, my
Mm-hmm.
main focus, I will 100% work on GCP certification. I don't want to spend 10
Mm-hmm.
days and give my exam. I don't do that because I gave my
Mm-hmm.
CISSP. Do you know the
Mm-hmm.
CISSP certification?
Yeah. 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 I do manage
Yeah.
also.
So
Don't worry.
I okay. So I
Yeah.
did that like 4 months ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I passed first
Mm-hmm.
attempt. Like
Mm-hmm.
55 minutes, I cleared the exam, and
Mm-hmm.
I studied. I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to rush it. Same for GCP. I don't want to just give my certification and show that paper that I'm certified because I want to understand Kubernetes. I want to understand CI/CD, just like you've been explaining. Terraform,
Mm-hmm.
Ansible, Puppet. These are all good tools, good in the
Mm-hmm.
market.
Mm-hmm.
But my other focus is my interview as well, because if I
Okay.
can
Mm-hmm.
do good on my interview, it's going to help me big
Mm-hmm.
time. Then I can work on
Right.
GCP certification
Mm-hmm.
slowly. I can take 1 year, no problem. You understand?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think how should we do it, because I don't want you to think I'm just using you for interview. No, I want to work through the whole thing. And with this
Mm-hmm.
class,
Right.
I can 100% guarantee that I like you the way you're training. So 100%,
Mm-hmm.
I have no issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, this is exactly what I expect. So
So
how do you
like
think
first target will
we
be
should manage? Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So first target will be like your interview, I think so, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm
And
also trying
so.
to
Mm-hmm.
do some coding, some Python coding, because I'm not a coder. Last time I did
Mm-hmm.
something in coding was 10 years ago in C++, not even C++,
Mm-hmm.
but C. Since then,
Mm-hmm.
I have not done any coding. So I'm trying to do some basic Python, because, Google interview, first interview is just stupid programs. They tell
Mm-hmm.
you to write a code for factorial, for example. They tell you to write a code
Mm-hmm.
about something very basic,
Mm-hmm.
like a bubble sort.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done coding before?
Yeah, yeah, Python only. Not, I'm not a perfect coder. I will tell you upfront.
Got it.
So I can do a
Yeah,
Python scripting, all those things I can do, but not Java
got it. So
programmer or C, C++.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're expecting. They don't expect you to know different languages. They just tell
Mm-hmm.
you to write pseudocode, for example, or whatever language you like. So like Python.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I chose
Yeah, yeah,
Python because I wanted to learn Python for
yeah, yeah.
cybersecurity.
Okay.
I like Python
Mm-hmm.
because it's good in brute forcing and pen testing. So
Mm-hmm.
that's when I got into Python. So I was thinking I need to practice that as well on my
Yeah.
own, like do
Mm-hmm.
stupid programs every day. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't really started anything, but I'm gonna spend the next few days that I have on it,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
also manage this. So now you know the whole picture or the idea. What
Mm-hmm.
is that you suggest? How should this be done?
So when will be your interview? Any exactly date or something
On the
or
11th. Yep, I have it. 11th.
11? Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, 11th. Yeah. So what can I do actually here? Yeah. So and what's your holiday plan within this?
No holiday. No holiday. Fuck it.
No holiday. Okay.
Because
Okay.
of this interview,
Okay.
no holiday. Maybe one day off.
Okay. 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 So at least 31st, right?
Yeah.
Or
One day is fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And 25th, Christmas, and all those things. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. So we can cover in weekend if possible, right? If required.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. We can put in
Mm-hmm.
more hours too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can do 2 hours in weekend if possible, right?
Yep.
And
100%.
daily 1 hour kind of or two. That will explore actually. 1 hour
Yeah.
in starting and in weekend 2 hours, right? So what time will be applicable for 7 a.m. or 8 a.m.? Is it
Uh,
7 a.m.? 7 a.m.?
what is right now? It was your 10 and my 8:30.
Yeah,
But what do you want
it's
to
too
do
late.
starting tomorrow?
Early. I want to do early actually. It's too late for me.
How are you? Tell me how early.
So 7 a.m. 7 a.m.
7 a.m. is my 5:30.
Oh, too early, right? Okay.
No. I
Uh-huh.
can manage. I can manage. Like
Okay.
someday we can do 5:30. Next day we
Uh-huh.
can do 6:30. Doesn't matter. Like
Okay.
we
So
will manage both.
keep it 8 a.m. Keep it a.m. I don't want to be, early worker kind of, right? In the
8
month of
a.m.
December,
is
right?
6:30. Yeah.
Yeah, 8 a.m.
Yeah.
ST. So
8
I think it
a.m.
will
is
be
6:30.
6:30. Yeah, 6:30 is
6:30.
fine.
Let's see.
Okay.
So your 8 a.m. and my 6:30. 8 a.m. IST to
Mm-hmm.
PST is 6:30 p.m. 6:30. We talk tomorrow.
So we'll start from
Sounds good.
tomorrow. I will send you this Zoom meeting, the permanent Zoom meeting. We'll
Thank
schedule
you.
it. Okay. And you
Thank you,
start
Hitesh.
the
Appreciate it.
payment process initially. Okay. Sure.
No problem. All right.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. Talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye bye.